Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're having a look at another devblog for War Thunder and obviously the Drone Age update. With the Drone Age update being so big, it's kind of funny because the actual drone part of it is pretty small. It will have a higher effect on the game though than a lot of the other parts that are being added, but I feel like the drone stuff has been very much overshadowed by many other things that have turned up. And one of those things is of course the helicopter tree for China. The first time we heard about the helicopter tree for China was in late 2019 of all times, a long time ago, and we also learnt about the Swedish helicopter tree as well, which also came to the game. Now, when it comes to this Chinese tech tree, I think it's not too bad that it's taken quite a long time to get here, because it's coming in as a bunch of vehicles that are completely unique and also just completely by themselves. And generally that's pretty nice. You know, looking at the Swedish tech tree, it's kind of sad because a lot of the vehicles are either copy-pasted or, you know, they're variants of other things, where when you look at pretty much all of the Chinese stuff, it's all pretty much its own thing. You have a bunch of domestically built stuff, some licensed produced stuff, and also the weapons themselves are, you know, kind of unique to China. So if people were looking for an experience which was different to a lot of the other helicopter trees, and not just the same, oh, you get to play some Hueys now, oh, you get to play some Apaches now, or oh, you get to play some random Soviet helicopters, at least with China, you'll get a completely different experience. You got the Z9WA. It was the first domestically built strike helicopter, which was created after the French Dauphin, which of course it was a license-built version, kind of. A few projects were also initiated soon after. You have the Z11WA and the Z19. Then also you got the heavy combat helicopter, their first one, which was of course the Z10, which was created with the assistance of the Russia-based Kamov Design Bureau. And there's just a ton of different helicopters in. You know, they obviously have the premium one now, so if people want to, you know, grind through, you can use the premium heli, which is quite nice. But you have stuff like the Gazelle, the SA342L, you got the Z11WA, the Z9W, the Z9WA also, and also the Z19 and Z10. So looks like those are the ones that they're going to be chucking in to the general tech tree. The W and the WA should be pretty similar to each other, but we'll have to see going forward. And the main thing, which is kind of cool about them, is they're not just coming in and, you know, just having these unique stuff, they're also bringing in some new weaponry. So the TY90, which if you are not aware of it, there is the TY90 is an all-aspect missile. It has a lock-on range of 6 kilometers and pretty good overload. Generally, it's a very nice missile to use on a helicopter. And also, they have access to some AKD-9s and AKD-10s. These are anti-tank missiles. They're also laser-guided. So they are able to travel quite far distances as long as you can keep laser lock. Unfortunately, on the dev server, they weren't working. So I'm hoping going forward they will work in their own way. There was also the HJ series of missiles. Every vehicle that we had a look at on the dev server had access to 80 gems in some way. So that just means instead of getting stuck with rockets, like with the Italian first Huey or the Japanese first Huey, instead you get access to some pretty decent weaponry off the bat if you want to grind through this tech tree, which is fantastic. That's kind of what you want from these areas. And, you know, I haven't really played helicopters too much, and all I've really done is face them in high-tier ground, and a lot of the time they can be very annoying, and they can be kind of game-breaking, but these ones don't really tell me that they're going to be game-breaking, right? There was a game yesterday where I was playing the automatic, getting a daily done, an SPAA kill, and there was a Ka-50 which was just trying to missile me over and over and over again while creeping forward, and then I just hid and kept poking out to make him fire more missiles, and then eventually popped him with the HEVT. But if that guy had played properly, it would have been very annoying to fight him, And that's pretty much been my experience with a lot of helis. And then, if you don't get hit by the helis, the A10s come in. And then if the A10s don't come in, the A7s come in. And if the A7s don't come in, the F4s come in. And if the F4s don't come in, the F5s come in. And it's just an absolute mess. And then if you're on the other side of things, you know, MiG-27s come in. So top tier at the moment is a bit of a mess all over the place. They've added a lot of munitions which can just annihilate people. But it's not as if more helicopters is going to, you know, add more fuel to the fire, really, because it just means that now China has more vehicles which it can hold onto at the top tiers, which is quite nice. Some of the CAS elements for China aren't the best at certain BRs, so it's nice to see more to be able to fill in through the lineups, and hopefully we see more going forward. But no, I'm really happy to see this tree. I hope people enjoy it. I'm not going to play it too much, but it'll be nice to see them around the place. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Nicholas Richardson, Elove Goat, Pyman675, Winter Scientist, Merciless Reaper, Jerry Prevolt, Megadino King, Orange Tail, Teddy, John Ryman, Universe, Ambrosius McClellan, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, Uncle Bean, Sem Arslan, Derek R., Bareen, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.